Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When we first started this, we thought, how are we going to get the word out? So we started in people's homes. We just asked them to invite their friends and neighbors and see if they were interested in a classical leadership education for their children. We did several of these in homes, and people came and homes were full, and people suggested, you need a bigger venue. You need to go somewhere where more people can come. And so we rented the Blue Goose in Loomis, and I remember standing there that night, and we had set up 100 chairs, and I thought, maybe we should take a few down because we don't want to make look like we were expecting more people than show up. And we didn't, and before we knew it, the police were there because there were so many people, the traffic was out of control, and we ended up with over 1,000 people there that night. People who were desperate for a better choice in education for their children.
My favorite core value is appreciation of our national heritage. I think it's the best because I love America. No matter what anybody else says, America is the best. I wouldn't rather be in any other place but America.
Number 2, public and private virtue.
I was new to Sacramento. I went into ministry, and the ministry doors just kept closing, and trying to have a family, the doors kept closing. So I was frustrated. I was done, and praying a lot for God to just give me direction and opportunity, and was kind of feeling like I was going to move back to Marin. My husband and I were at that place where, do we just need to move home? And I got a phone call from Mrs. Brown, and she told me about John Adams. I researched it, and their philosophy for education and life is so aligned with mine and my husband's that it was the first time in a long time I had hope and was excited about teaching again. Here I was at the beginning of something new, and I got to take all the skills and all the hurt that I had for 10 years and apply them in a way that could really change people's lives. I love John Adams. I love what we're doing, developing servant leaders. It's what I've been called to do in my life. And I'm just happy to be at a place where God's using me to restore hope, I think, and give people hope and maintain that hope in a way that's pouring into our future and future servant leaders.
My favorite moments really are those times when the kids are excited. You can almost feel the energy. And so it really is to watch somebody come alive and to feel what it is, and to have respect for the discipline, for what it takes to create art. They can look at another piece of artwork and go, oh yeah, that's what it took to make that. And so once they have that idea, that's exciting to me.
Emphasis on mentors and classics. I like it because I believe that there's a lot of people don't really understand that classics have lessons to be learned, and mentors help you achieve your dream by supporting you in what you believe in.
The mentoring program at John Adams Academy was one of the things that really drew me to this school, because my background is in school counseling, and I really missed the opportunity of working one-on-one or in groups with kids this age, especially the junior high school and high school age. It's a great opportunity. It's exciting. From my perspective, it's to give the kids an opportunity to learn from many different walks of life and to sort of figure out where their road is going to take them. There is a difference in John Adams versus public schooling in my experience where I've worked. And that's what really attracted me here as well, and to do mentoring, is that so much of my work before was spent trying to fix and correct deficits in their lives.
At this school, everyone's nice to me, and usually at my other school, they weren't. They were like bullying and cussing a lot. They even stole my phone that I got for my birthday the first couple days in. in the locker room.
The experience here at John Adams is really different compared to other schools because here the maturity level is just a lot higher. There's not a lot of kids running around in class all the time, and the teachers compared to the students, the numbers, it's really small, so the teachers have a lot of time to spend on the students. Some of the teachers stay here after school for hours.
The kids that I worked for before, they didn't have a constant message of inspiration coming to them. They did not have the message that they could achieve whatever they saw other people achieve that looked good to them. With John Adams, it's all about inspiration here. It's all about that they are, in fact, we believe they're geniuses. We believe that they can achieve anything and that they're needed, that they're going to go out into the world and change it.
So what you see behind me is our 8th grade legacy based on Emma Lazarus's poem about the Colossus. And we decided that we wanted to leave behind a legacy for the rest of John Adams' school years. This painting represents the largest living organism, a group of trees in Colorado. When they get wounded, they come back stronger, and this represents how our JAA scholars come back stronger and support each other.
The best way to prepare our nation's youth to soar in this ever-changing world is a classical education for modern times. I really believe in a classical education. It's a language-based program that is both written and verbal, and it really gets the students to think in depth. They learn how to think, not just what to think. They don't go by what I say, they actually think for themselves.
Student-empowered learning.
Fostering creativity and entrepreneurial spirit.
High standards of academic excellence.
Our first year in the standardized testing, our API score was 899, which is, in comparison, the highest is 1,000. I don't know of anyone who's received that. The highest score in our general area was 935. Our legal counsel told us it's unprecedented. It's never happened before in a first-year school. And you didn't teach to the test, and we didn't.
Modeling what we teach.
Abundance mentality.
Building a culture of greatness.
Self-governance, personal responsibility, and accountability.
And a classical education has history as the spine, so everything else is added into that historical perspective. So all of these details are interconnected, and that knowledge sticks with them that way. I just love when they come in, especially my 10th graders right now, come in and say, wow, what we learned here, we learned in science, we learned in art, and it's just all fitting together for me, and I understand, and I was able to talk to my grandpa about World War II, and I was able to understand this on the news, and just all of those pieces fitting together, I think is what's important. So I think that we owe it to all children to be able to teach them to soar, and a classical education is the way to do that.
May all acquaintance be forgot. Keep your eye on the grand old flag.
If you are here today, you are part of this mission. What do you want to leave to your posterity, to your country? Each of you must ask yourself, what was I meant to do? How am I going to change the world? Join us in this education revolution. Let us be sure that those who come after us will say that in our time, we did all that could be done to fulfill our mission.